Frank Salazar has been a member of Toastmasters for 7 months. He will be giving a speech entitled Family is Where the Heart Is. It's about family. That's a line uttered by Vin Diesel from the Fast and the Furious movies. People say I look like him. He might be my brother. I don't know. But Vin is correct. Lately, I've been thinking about my family, thinking about my mother, what she's taught us. My mom would always be telling us stories. She would tell us about her family growing up, about her father, about her mother. She loved her mother very much, and she lost her mother at a young age. Her mother was pregnant with, I believe, would have been my mom's little brother, and she had complications during the delivery. They had to make a decision. The doctor said it's either her life or the baby's life, but that decision was taken out of their hands because they both lost their lives that day. Years later, when my mother already had three other children, I was the last one. She was having complications with that delivery. And I don't know the number of minutes. I don't know if it was seconds or a minute, but she died on the delivery table. The story she tells me is that she saw a light and she saw her mother, and her mother told her, it's not your time yet. You need to go back and you need to take care of your son. This is something that later I've been able to look back. It's not something that she told me, but I've been able to look back and realize why she was very motherly. She was already motherly, but she was like extra motherly with me. And I like to think it's because of the experience she had when she was younger and her mother died with their youngest child. It was a connection that she had to her mother, and she had the fear of losing her youngest child, which was me. So because of that, she was extra motherly, and she was like a mama hen bringing her little chicks under her feathers, and sometimes didn't want to let go. I will share a story. My first day of college, she insisted on coming with me and going to each class so I know what classes to go to. I was 18. That was very embarrassing. But looking back, I am thankful that my mother has always been there in the moments that I needed her the most. And that is something that I try to uh, look back and learn from those lessons and teach to my children, tell them about their grandmother. My two sons knew my mother. My youngest daughter, my daughter, she's my only daughter. She didn't know my mother, but my mother got to know her. She got to see her as a little infant. I try to impart these lessons on family, the importance of family and being there for each other. Because like any families, there's always those moments, those times where like, I don't like you right now, but I love you. And as I was saying, when my mom came back that day, that time that she passed away, I think she came back with a mission, and that was like to take care of me. A side effect of that was I became the favorite, and that's something I try to teach to my children. I try not to have favorites because as the favorite of my mother, my brothers and my sister resented me and they showed it. They weren't shy to let me know. So I didn't want that to be something that my children will be fighting with each other. Well, I'm the favorite. No, I'm the favorite. Like, you're all my favorites. You're all my children. So I'm doing what I can to teach these lessons to my children. In April, we I went to go visit my son. He turned 12, and I made it my mission to be there for him for his 12th birthday. I haven't always been able to be there, but I knew this was a milestone for him, and I did everything I could to be there for his birthday. And I took games. I almost entitled this Sons and Dragons because we were playing board games that have dragons in them. But I was thinking I'm gonna be leaving out my daughter, and then she's gonna be mad, and she's gonna be saying, "Why is he your favorite and not me?" And I didn't want to go through that. But we had a great night. We had game night for 2, 3 days in a row. My son loved every moment. It's something that he can look back and remember and say, "Hey, my dad was there, and we played games." And my other son, he was enjoying the games. My daughter, not so much. She's still a little young. She wanted to play outside, but I know she loved the fact that I was there with them. So family isn't only blood. It's the friendships you form as you go through life. I have a church family. There's people that I count on, I rely on. There's people that I go to for advice when I'm going through something. There, I contact one of my leaders, one of my closest friends, Orlando. I consider him as a father figure. Orlando is my mentor and the one that told me about this group, the Toastmasters. The Toastmasters is my third family because I've met so many wonderful people here. There's women here that I see as sisters, as mother figures. There's people I see here as brothers. I have developed a friendship with Phyllis, with Louisa, and those are the two other people that I'm closest to from the Toastmasters. And I hope to bring more people in to my Toastmasters family. And that is why I say family is where the heart is.